Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dal and hope everyone is doing great. I'm here with my first television show season review video, and to be honest, I'm really excited about this. I don't know how I'm going to make this video. I'm gonna try not to talk too long, but I'll try to give details and make this video a little fun or a little descriptive as much as I can. And yeah, the TV show which I'm reviewing today is South Park, probably my most favorite all-time television show. It was back in 1999 when I first started watching it. When I was in elementary school, I was in grade 4, and I loved that show so much. And it still is to this day probably my most favorite TV show, and I think it's one of the best, if not the best, television shows in history. It just broke so many boundaries and just changed the whole landscape of what a cartoon should be, or how a TV show should be made, or what it can do, or what it can say, or what it can do. And that's why I love South Park. It's very raw, it's very in your face. If you like it, if you don't, it's great. I mean, personally I love South Park, and I'm reviewing today South Park Season 2. That's my first season I'm reviewing for South Park, and for this topic of this type of video. So Season 2 of South Park, which was created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and first aired back on April 1st in 1998. And I have the complete second season here on DVD, as you can see, just to show you. And yeah, the second season contains 18 episodes and is the longest season to the series as of this date. And I'm sorry, I have little notes here I wrote because I wouldn't know what to talk or say here. I want to make sure this video is kind of descriptive. I would have to say that the second season of South Park is probably my most favorite for many reasons from the franchise. The sense of humor and comedy was completely gold. There are so many funny and random moments and events in the episodes. The season started the beginning and development of all the classic characters, including Mr. Hanky, Mr. Hat, the whole aliens thing, Nurse Golem, Mr. Mackey, Counselor Mackey. And what I really like about Season 2 is how raw and original and bold and daring it is. The producers and creators were breaking boundaries and rules on what a certain television sitcom should be or shouldn't be. Lots of controversy in Season 2. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some episodes here quickly. I'm going to show you here. I have the little, I'll show you how it looks like here on DVD. I have the whole case here. It looks something like this, just to show you if you can't see. Yeah. So Season 2 has 18 episodes. And the first episode is Terrence and Philip in Ottawa, Minus. Terrence and Philip travel to Iran to rescue Terrence's little daughter Sally, who's being held prisoner. A complex chain of events involving a female pop vocalist, a Middle Eastern dictator, and chemical warfare leads to a hostile takeover of Canada. It's up to Terrence and Philip to save Sally in their country. This was one of the first episodes I ever saw of South Park. And I forgot to mention, Season 2 was the first season that introduced me to South Park back in 1999. That's when I first started watching it. And yeah, this episode was really funny, man. I mean, Terrence and Philip, classic characters here. And the whole invasion of Canada by Saddam Hussein, and that was a really wacky episode. I thought it was a good opener. It's really funny, it has a lot of great comedy value. Episode 2, Cartman's mom is still a dirty slut. Episode 2, just as Mephisto is about to relieve the identity of Eric Cartman's father, the genetic engineer is shot by mysterious gunmen, while the boys wait for Mephisto to regain consciousness. A blizzard hits South Park and the citizens are stranded for hours on end without food. This is a really damn good episode because it's just so, for its time, it was so far ahead of its time. Cartman didn't know who his father was, and Mephisto was shot in the hospital, and there was a power outage, and so many funny scenes in this episode, with Kenny dying at the end, being electrocuted by bringing back the power together. Stan in the hospital room, watching the doctor perform surgery, getting sick, throwing up. I thought that was really funny. And them eating Eric Robertson, whatever his name is, in that building when they were shooting for that television show when he didn't have power, so they ate him pretty much. And the whole episode is just really funny from start to end. It's brilliantly made, and you know, I just it never gets old to me. I was watching it 20 years ago, and you know, like over 20 years ago now, and I still watch it from time to time, and I still have good laughs. Yeah, episode 2 or 3, Chicken Lover. A series of heinous crimes involving chickens leads to a startling revelation. Officer Barbrady can't read. When Barbrady resigns and anarchy ensues, the boys pitch to help. Cartman brings his own brand of the law to the streets of South Park. This is really a hoot and a holler. This is a great episode. It's really funny. Cartman becomes a police officer in South Park because Officer Barbrady's on the lead because he can't read, and the whole episode is just making fun of Barbrady, how stupid he is, and as a police officer and as a person, and this and this. And I just found it really funny, and how Cartman took over, and it was like cops. They were filming him like going to houses and houses, like it was a cops TV show or whatever. I found it really hilarious, and there's a lot of like vulgarity in that episode, a lot of bad language and a lot of bad themes, but it's a really funny episode. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'm gonna at the end of the video I'm gonna talk about my 3 favorite episodes from this season. But all these episodes in this season are mint. There's so many funny moments, so many moments you just want to watch again and watch over, and you just never forget. So yeah, Chicken Lover. That was a great episode. Next episode, I'm not gonna talk about all the episodes. I'll quickly get through them. Ike's Wee Wee. That was really funny too. Next episode 205, Conjoined Fetus Lady. Oh yeah, man, the South Park tournament in China, the dodgeball tournament. That was a great episode. That was a really funny episode. I love that episode for many reasons. The whole trip to China and how they were just being so stereotypical there, and the whole Nurse Glom thing with the dead fetus on her head, and how the town celebrated for her and made a festival and this and this. I thought it was really funny, and that's one of those episodes I'll never forget. It's always a highlight for me when I think about season 2. The Mexican Steering Frog of Southern Sri Lanka, episode 206. Yeah, this was a really damn good episode for many reasons. Like, Jesus had his own TV show, and it was like Jerry Springer, and they were fighting each other, and it was all a quest for ratings, and they made up a story about the Mexican Steering Frog, and Ned got traumatized, or he got cauterized. I don't know what the word is. He got traumatized by a bomb that Stan's uncle Ned Jimbo ignited there. You know, it was another funny episode. So many great moments. Stay gold, pony boy, stay gold. Yeah, when Jimbo was telling Ned on the hospital bed when he was in that state of trauma, or that state of paralysis, and I found that episode to be really damn funny, and it's one. I won't say it's one. It's probably probably my top 5 or 6 in this season, I would say. But yeah, another great episode. So many funny moments, and I never get bored watching the season like over and over on DVD. It's so damn good. I laugh my ass off. I think back about good memories back when I was growing up, and it's so fresh to this day. Like, that's how good South Park is. And yeah, this too. So it's on season 1, disc 1. Season 2, disc 1. Season 2, disc 2. Episode 207, City on the Edge of Forever flashbacks. A freak accident leaves a South Park elementary school bus teetering precariously on the edge of a cliff. As the boys relive landmark moments in their young lives, their bus driver, Miss Crabtree, goes for help. A strange turn of events leads her to find the love of her life and dream job as a stand-up comic. Yeah, this was a pretty cool episode, pretty trippy episode also. I liked it a lot. It was really funny. Summer sucks. Yeah, summer sucks. Summer comes, and fireworks are banned from South Park, and they find some kind of ash snake that takes a huge ash snake, growing snake that takes over the whole world and tries to kill everyone, and takes the whole world hostage and grows and spreads. I thought it was a pretty funny episode. Also, wasn't that bad with the Tijuana Rocket saving them in the end. And yeah, that was a. You know, one thing about that episode that really has an old South Park feeling to me. And Chef's Salty Chocolate Balls. Oh boy, when the film festival comes to South Park, that's such an epic episode. The whole Mr. Hanky thing being played by Mr. Hanks, no, Mr. Hanky being played by a monkey, and Tom Hanks being played as a dying patient there. Uh, I don't know. I look back at that episode of Chef's Salty Chocolate Balls, and it's a really damn good episode. You know, Kenny got killed in a funny. I don't think Kenny got killed in a funny way, but there was a parody of Kennedy, how he died, and yeah, that was a really good episode because it was the episode that Mr. Hanky, I believe, was in, and he saved the day in the end by getting rid of all the Hollywood tourists and producers by pretty much turning the whole town into poop. And yeah, a lot of funny moments in that episode. Great episode of Hoot and Holler. Chickenpox. Oh yeah. The kids' parents have only their best interests at heart when they arrange for Stan, Kyle, and Carbon to be exposed to the chickenpox virus. The boys see things differently as they decide to get even with the help of a streetwalker named Old Frida. At the same time, Kyle's mother arranges an all-eating fishing trip for her husband and his former best friend Kenny's dad. And you know what? This is the episode where Cartman had. I think this was the episode where Cartman had that. What's it called? Cartman had that. He had a sleeping bag. Urkel, yeah, the Urkel sleeping bag. He had the Urkel sleeping bag, and I laughed my ass off so much. So the parents pretty much wanted to give their kids chicken pox in this episode, so they get it young, and they all get sick, and they're in the hospital, and eventually get back at them by finding a prostitute who had herpes, and they gave them herpes. This was a really good episode. It was really funny, and it was really well made, and there's just so many good raw moments in this episode, so many things that make you laugh. When Cartman's singing in the ghetto, I think that was the episode when they were singing in the ghetto. I think this is the episode, and you know it just goes to show how strong South Park started in the beginning. They were so fresh with ideas, and yeah, that was a great episode. All right, let's see here. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I'm trying to make this quick. This too, episode 211. Roger Ebert should lay off the fatty foods. Yeah, that was a good episode too. I'll just read to you. Stan, Kyle, and Kenny are strangely down to new planetarium. Is it just a harmless place to learn about the solar system, or is it a scene of a diabolical plan to control the minds of South Park citizens? Cartman, meanwhile, is on a personal quest to appear on television singing the happy Cheesy Poof song. Really funny episode. It's a highly underrated, but I like it a lot, and has a lot of good moments. Clubhouses. Oh boy, Clubhouses. That was episode 212 in the season, and Clubhouses was just a damn good episode, man. That was so funny. Probably my favorite South Park episode in the season, and yeah, I mean, it has a whole message about getting divorced and getting a step parent and this, and they're trying to build a clubhouse to get girls to come in to play Truth or Dare. And Kenny dies in a mosh pit when he had a house party in Cartman's clubhouse. This was an extremely funny episode. So much gold in this episode. The Fat Albert on TV. I'm gonna bust a cap in your ass, or put bubba bunch of nigga. Whenever he said something like that, I'm gonna pop a cap in your ass, or bust a bubba. I can't remember. It was something along those lines in that show. And yeah. Clubhouses was really damn good. One of my favorite episodes, my favorite so far in the season 2. Episode 213, Cow Days. Oh yeah, where Cartman thinks he's a Vietnamese prostitute after he rides a bull, so he has to win a collection prize of like $5,000, I think, for Stan, Kyle, and Kenny to win those Terrence and Phillip balls at the carnival, at the rodeo. They have the Chamber of Arts in this episode. Oh, that was so funny. They have those people came from out of town, and they went to South Park because they won a first prize in a game show, and they got jailed, and they eventually died in their jail. I was laughing so much when that scene came. Nothing but gold. So yeah, Cow Days, episode 213. Chef Aid 214. That was a damn good episode too, when Chef got put in jail for allegedly stealing a song which he made, and they created like a festival with Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne killed Kenny by biting his head off. and they organized an event, and they found some musicians. They did charity, and they eventually, in the end, the chef got free. And good ending to the episode. It was a really fun episode. I liked it a lot. It was really funny. Spooky Fish, yeah, the Halloween episode, Spooky Fish. Yeah, that was a classic. I'll never forget that. I was like, how old, 9 or 10 when I first saw that, and I'll never forget it. It's such a funny episode with a parallel universe and animals killing everyone, and Stan's pet goldfish killing everyone, and his mother keeps thinking he's killing someone, and she's saying like, I have such a good boy. I have such a good boy, don't I? Such a sweet little boy. I'm laughing my ass off. That was a great episode. And yeah, Spooky Fish, the parallel universe, and Evil Era Cardman, and all that, and classic. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, episode 216. Yeah, this was a really good episode. I'll just read it to you. When Stan's parents say no to a road trip to Carmen's grandma's house, Stan sneaks out to join Kyle, Kenny, and Carmen anyway. Dinner with Carmen's family takes a bizarre twist when their Uncle Howard shows up breaking out of prison. He brings his cellmate, Charlie Manson, and the holiday results in a police standoff. Amazing episode. Gnomes, one of my favorite episodes also. Episode 217. Carmen and Stan, Kyle and Kenny are, this was the episode where they had to write a report to the kids about corporations and global corporations and taking over businesses, because Tweek's parents were getting out of business because I believe there was a Harbucks, like a big coffee shop was being opened next to his, and you have to write a paper about why do you think big corporations are bad, but even though he didn't write the paper, Tweek's dad wrote the paper for him, and he got in trouble, and this really funny episode, and they met the gnomes, and it's just another wacky experience you can think of. They met these underpan gnomes, and one of my favorite episodes just because it has some mysterious elements to it, but I liked it a lot. And the final episode from season 2 of South Park is Prehistoric Iceman, episode 218. After Kyle falls into mysterious underground and Stan is lowered down to rescue him, they discover a man frozen in ice. With the help of Dr. Mephisto, it is determined that this prehistoric man has been frozen since 1986. Unable to cope with the modern world, the prehistoric man tries to return to his own time, not knowing the government has other plans for him. Yeah, and this was a really damn good episode, a really good ending to season 2. And I laughed a lot this episode. There were so many classic moments in this episode. And yeah, so yeah, this is me, that was me just telling you a little about the episodes in season 2 of South Park. And I'll just read one more thing here. Now, all the characters in the season played extremely pivotal and funny roles. In the first 4 seasons of South Park, Cartman plays the role as some really stupid and smart-mouthed person who people like to tease and take advantage of. In season 2, this is strongly the case. To be honest, I love Cartman's character development in these earlier seasons just because he was so raw, funny, and authentic. My favorite characters in the season are Cartman, Mr. Garrison, Stan, and Tweek. All the episodes are masterpieces in season 2. However, if I were... Sorry everybody, I got cut off. I'll quickly finish what I wanted to say here. My favorite characters in season 2 are Cartman, Mr. Garrison, Stan, and Tweek. And all the episodes are masterpieces. In season 2, however, if I were to pick my top 3, they would be, coming at number 3, Spooky Fish, number 2, Gnomes, and number 1, Clubhouses. And out of a 10, I would have to give this whole season, he's in season 2, a 9.5 out of 10, just because it's so solid, and it's my, if I didn't mention, it's my second favorite season of South Park, and I just think it's just so well composed and just so raw, and it has just so many gold moments, and it's unfiltered, it's unchained. I love it for that. And yeah, this is my review of season 2 of South Park for this video, for my television series seasons review. I'll just show you the season here quickly if you want to see how it looks like on DVD. I'll show you a little bit here. And yeah, if you're new to South Park, I highly suggest you check out season 2 first. A little old, but still has a lot of comedy value, and it's grown and matured and grown, I mean, aged well since its release. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I love South Park. I think it's funny as hell. I still like even the new South Park episodes. I think they've been pretty solid the last couple seasons. And yeah, this is me reviewing season 2 of South Park. Let me know what you think of season 2 if you're a South Park fan, if you plan to get into South Park, or if you like South Park, what your favorite seasons are, or moments, or episodes. Hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and thank you so much. Bye bye.